What is up, YouTube? Today, we're diving into the best revised K416 attachments and calibrations in Delta Force. The K416 has always been a favorite of the community for short to medium range fights, and by popular demand it is time for an updated build. My last version was around 5 months ago, and there's been enough attachment changes since then to warrant an update. There's definitely a better way to run it now. This revised build takes everything that makes the K416 great and makes it even better for fast-paced play. We're boosting handling across the board, better ADS speeds, ADS movement speeds, and better accuracy, all while keeping the rock-solid recoil control from previous builds. The K416 hits for 21 damage per shot at 880 rounds per minute, giving it a 273 millisecond time to kill at its optimal range of 21 meters, which means that we're going to be focusing on those shorter range fights and try to stick below 75 meters in general. This setup will allow you to react quicker and move faster than most other ARs while having great control. And with all of that said, let's get into the attachments. We begin with a blank K416, and let's start off with the barrel, where we'll go for the A8 barrel combo. This increases our muzzle velocity by a little bit, but most importantly, it is the control that we're looking for here. If we take a look, it's a huge upgrade. You might be wondering why we're not going for the longer barrel, and that is because our handling hurts way too much for almost no benefit, given that the damage fall-off multipliers are not really changing as much as you would think. You're pretty much going to have the exact same time to kill, even at 100 meters. If you use this barrel versus using the shorter barrel combo here, you're going to have essentially the same times to kill. So it's really not enough of a big difference, while it hurts your handling by a ridiculous amount. So let's go for the A8 barrel combo. Next, on the muzzle, we'll go for the titanium contest muzzle brake. This will help your vertical and your horizontal recoil all at once. This is actually a weapon that has a decent amount of vertical recoil, so we actually care about that. Otherwise, we would be using the Bastion horizontal compensator, but this time the titanium contest muzzle brake is the good one here because it also helps your firing stability, so it's just overall great. It helps your vertical and horizontal the same amount, which is perfect, and it barely drops our handling. Next, on the foregrip, we're going for the same idea, where we're going for the X25U angled combat grip. This barely hurts your handling and your stability, all while it helps your accuracy by a lot, which is going to be nice for a weapon like this because you are actually going to be using it as an SMG, and your control is helped in both your vertical and horizontal recoil. The pattern just keeps getting smaller and smaller, which is perfect for us, so let's put it on. Next, on the left, the right rail and the upper rail here, all of these you really can't be putting on any patches at all, so we're just going to ignore them. You can choose, if you really want to use a red laser light combo or something, but as you can tell, it drops your handling by a little bit, and the only way that this gets better is when you actually have the laser on during your games, which will give away your position. There's just a couple of too many downsides for not enough use if your ADS times are as good as they're going to be when we finish up this build. So it's not really worth it on a build like this, but if you really want it, you can put it on if you wish. So let's move on to the patches, where we're only going to go for the Ranger handguard panels because again, this weapon is going to have a lot of recoil given that the fire rate is this high. So we're going for the Ranger handguard panels to minimize that. On the magazine, we're going for the 45 round magazine because their fire rate is extremely high, the same reasoning, and it barely really hurts our stats, so this is definitely worth it. You definitely need more ammo. Don't forget to put on the small mag assist here for the extra 1 handling for free. For the optic, you can really choose whatever you want here, including the 2x scope, which is actually kind of nice here, this optic, but I will be going for just something that is raised, and it is a 1x scope without really hurting your handling or anything, since we are mainly going to use this weapon for short to medium ranges. 1x is definitely enough, and in the end, it is all preference. I just care that it is raised just a little bit. So, Cobra accuracy sight for us today. On the rear grip, my favorite one is the AR heavy tower grip because it is very versatile, since you can put on a grip mount, for which we'll be putting on the stable grip base. This is a weapon that really benefits from higher stability due to the fire rate and the amount of shake that it has, so the higher stability is definitely going to help with that, while it only hurts our handling by 5 points, which we are going to help in a little bit. Last but not least, on the stock, we're going for the same one as usual, the skeleton sniper stock. It's making its way back. This is because our stability stability and handling are greatly helped. This little bit of control that we lose is really not a big deal. If we take a look here, you're barely going to feel this at all, whereas the stability increase is huge. This is absolutely insane, and the amount of handling that it gives you is perfect for a weapon that is a mix between an AR and an SMG. You're going to be losing a little bit of accuracy, but that's no biggie because we did put on that X25U foregrip, which helps out your accuracy, so it's good. And if you don't know, accuracy is only good for your hip fire. That is all that it does. Your hip fire crosshair becomes smaller. That is all. So it's nothing to really worry about. Let's put on the Skeleton Sniper stock here today. Now let's take a look at the detailed stats before any of the calibration. And as you can tell, the damage fall off multiplier is a little bit better, not by much. You just don't really want to be hitting the arms or the legs. You want to focus on hitting the torso and the head. This is a weapon that is going to take a lot of bullets to kill, so it's going to take at least 5 usually to kill, so make sure that you take that into account. Then for the control, you can see that we have gotten much better, and this is without any calibration. This is highly necessary for a weapon like this because of the fire rate. Moving on to the handling, this is not as good as it was before, but we are going to improve this by quite a bit with the handling. You'll see where our current ADS movement speed especially is going to be. You should be using it more as an SMG, and this ADS speed is going to get better, so this is really going to handle like an SMG in an AR's body. That's really what you should be thinking this weapon is. Last but not least, on the stability, this is one of the most important stats for this one because the optic shakes a lot, and this is the only way to really reduce that. So I have increased the stability to the point where your diminishing returns are just way too much, and this is just a really good spot to be in. So now let's go to the calibration to see how you can make this even better, starting off with a barrel, where we move the weight limit all the way down to the minimum for the extra ADS movement speed, and the firing stability is not something to worry about too much at the distances that we're going to be using this weapon in, and the length all the way down to the minimum here too. This is for the extra ADS speed. Remember, you are supposed to be using this weapon as more of an SMG. On the foregrip, we're moving the placement all the way to the maximum for the extra control that is always nice to have, and the thickness all the way down to the minimum for the extra ADS movement speed. Moving on to the rear grip, we'll see the weight limit all the way to the maximum for the extra control, and the rear grip all the way down to the minimum for the hip fire aim speed, which is really your ADS speed, which is something that we really care about on a weapon like this. You gotta be nice and mobile, nice and quick. And then on the stock, we move the weight limit all the way to the maximum also for the extra control once again, and the cheek pad placement all the way down for the ADS movement speed. Last but not least, on the optic, I moved the eye relief all the way down to be able to see as much as possible inside of your optics window. Now let's go back and look at the detailed stats again after these changes with the calibration, where you can see that our fall off multiplier doesn't change at all, so we're not going to worry about this. Let's move on to the control, where our horizontal and the vertical recoil have improved by a lot. You're really just left over with this little bit of an S pattern here that is really not difficult at all to control. Most of the recoil is going to be at the very beginning of the pattern, so maybe around the first 10 bullets, and then the rest is super easy to control. Keep that in mind, and I will show you that later in the firing range. But for now, let's move on to the handling, where you can see that our current ADS speed is really nice. 305 milliseconds is nothing to scoff at. You will be beating pretty much anyone else that is using an AR at a medium range here due to the ADS speed. Your ADS movement speed is also really nice. This is really just SMG levels here. As you can see, 2.7 meters per second, you will be able to strafe left and right as you're shooting enemies really well, and they're not gonna have an easy time hitting you because of this speed. Moving on to the stability, not much has changed here. This is not really something that we can calibrate for very well, but what you have to keep in mind here is that your breath holding duration is really high, so make sure to use it at the beginning of your recoil pattern because it does reduce your recoil and your shake. It gets better when you're holding your breath, so just make sure to hold your breath at the beginning. And now that you know the stats and we have dialed in our attachments and calibrations, let's hop into the firing range to see how it handles. Now for the first magazine, I'm not going to control any of the recoil so that you can see exactly where the pattern goes and exactly what the weapon does in general. I'm just holding down my fire button here. So you can see it kind of does a little thing to the right, then left, then up, right again like that. So it doesn't exactly match the picture in the detailed stats, sadly. But you can easily control that as I'm about to do here. All you have to do is pull down and to the left just a tiny little bit right after that initial bit of recoil to the right. And as you can see, the pattern is nice and easy to control. Pretty much every single bullet is grouped up in that nice little circle there. And that was without holding my breath, because if I do hold my breath right now, you can see that it becomes a lot easier to control that initial little bit of recoil, and you can really just keep everything nicely grouped up. The difference in between one bullet and another is very minimal, so this is not a lot of recoil to control. You will be able to use this at some further ranges than you would really expect for an AR that is meant to be an SMG, but once you get to this point here that is 100 meters, that's when it becomes a little bit more difficult. So this is definitely the type of weapon that you want to keep using below 100 meters. So just try to make sure that everything that you go for, every one that you try to hit with it, is around a maximum of 75 meters. This is essentially an SMG in the body of an AR, so make sure to use it accordingly, and don't try to go for shots that you would only expect to make with a CI-19, for example. The K416 has a 273 millisecond time to kill at short ranges, and that is what you're aiming to take advantage of. And now that we have the build locked in, let's jump into an 85 kill game in Ascension to see the setup in action. Enjoy! We're in Ascension today. Let's see what we can do with K416. It's a really good gun, especially right now as they have settled in what each gun should be doing a little bit more. The K416 is really good for those close range engagements. So let's see what we can do here today. Already off to a good start. I'm playing Toxic, so let's revive as many of them as possible. I haven't played Toxic in a while since I have been working on all the... Oh, there's somebody right here. There we go. Ooh, I just saw one. Just saw him cross. Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Got him. Let's capture A team. We got this. I love this though. I love getting free points. This is another reason why I really like the medic class. Let's see the range here. It's a little bit hard to control at 73 meters, but it is possible, especially when you get used to it. There's a tank in the perfect place to stop me, so I'm not going over there. Now you have to remember that at those very long ranges, like 70... Okay, let me get this guy. You're not really going to be able to kill that many people due to the amount of shots to kill. So here, for example, that's going to be around a 7-shot kill. It's not very good. I'm still going to take the challenge just to show you. But there we go, 100 meters. And that was probably, if you count, that was probably 7 shots. Let's get this guy up here. There's quite a few. Somebody recognized me in this game, which is kind of funny. I just told them I make silly videos online. Ooh, let's get her. There we go, 41 meters. Come on. 80 meters, look at that. Pretty easy to control, even at this range, which you would not really expect for a K416. Let me see if I can get this guy. Yeah, keep zigzagging. I gotcha at 43. Pretty good, pretty good. That's what we want, that 45 round magazine. With a 30, you definitely would not be able to do stuff like that. Oh, I see you. Hello. Look at how easy that is to control now. 74. As long as they're not moving, of course. Let's make sure that we get behind them a little bit here. Right up on top. There is a sniper, I know that much. But here I should be pretty safe. I see you. Okay, yep, there's that other sniper, so let's strafe. We're just strafing right now. Hoping not to die. Damn. There's a guy up there, not anymore, because 83 meters and they were already hurt. That is one of the good things about this, that although we have very low damage at that 21 damage, we are still able to, to hit them like more than a few times and they're already going to be hurt, most likely. If you find somebody that is hurt, that is your perfect prey. We're doing 21 damage at 880 rounds per minute, which is pretty good. That does give us a 273 millisecond time to kill. And compared to the previous build that we had for the K416, this revision definitely gives you way more ADS speeds, ADS walking speeds, and it really keeps your hipfire very good. So make sure to use it in those close range engagements. Is that another one? Oh my god, my teammate got that one. Thought I was gonna get 3 headshots there. Yeah, I'm about to get shocked. Oh no. No, I don't like that. Still got 21 rounds, we're good. There we go, perfect. But that was it, that was it. You're basically going to be able to get around 2, maybe 3 kills if you don't miss that much. Oh, I see you. Oh no. What the? How did he not kill me? What the hell? Oh yeah, there we go, now we're talking. There's 2 of them right here. Let me just reload, because if I don't do that, I might get messed up here. Let's go to the... Oh. Oh, no, wait. Oh, my God. She had the leg up, too. The power of the K416. It's a lot. Oh, I'm so gonna die here. Hopefully, that doesn't send me backwards. I think I'm alive. Okay, good. Oh, no way. Where is this guy? I don't see him. Now, the question is, gonna get a couple of free points here. Haha, yes, I stole it from my team. Ooh. Wait, is there somebody on top? Oh, there is. Hold on. There's 2 people out there. Let me heal up. I got run over by my own team there. Kind of made things a little weird. But there we go. Now we're good. Is there anyone else around here? I don't think so. Let's get you. Now there's some more. This is the perfect space for the K416 because this is the closer range areas. I'm gonna worry about the guys down here first. There we go. Yeah, now that we're in the closer range segment of the map, now we're talking. Now this is the place where the K416 really shines. I don't want to die, though. I just totally messed all of that up. But you know what? She was busy. Now, we do have a ridiculously high fire rate and only 45 rounds. So you do have to remember that. The only reason why the only reason why we're not going for anything bigger like the 60 round mag is mainly because it just hurts our other stats way too much. That guy was alive. I cannot believe that. But there's nobody else here though. Might have found a way in. Hold on. Let's wait for the other one. I thought I saw somebody else. Apparently not, but we definitely found a way in. Might be able to do this here. See if I can get whoever else is here. Oh, he threw us. No, I gotta run. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Come on, let's do this. This is our chance. Close quarters. Let's go, team. This is it. Oh, another fire? Oh, that's not nice. Ooh, I'm in a good spot, I think. Let's wait for this to stop. See you. Survive my team. That's what I'm here for. I am toxic. Ooh, that's a bad spot for me. I'm gonna be completely visible if I stay there. Get you. 56 meters is super easy. It's one of the further... Oh my goodness, what did I just see? There we go. There we go. He thought, huh? We have some really good time to kill with this bad boy. Let's get C1. We got this, team. Let's clear this out. Oh, okay, I can't see anything. Still got him, though. There we go, nice little headshot. And he was head glitching. Gotta make sure that these guys don't hold us off too much. Mine. I don't know if I just saved my teammate there. The tank, because I blew up the mine. That actually was kind of cool. That was perfect timing. There we go. There's another one, though. There is another one. Anybody behind? Oh, I could probably pick you up, actually. Nice little free points. Got 21k points right now. We're doing great. There is a chance that we win this. I like that. I like that there is a chance. What the? Oh, that's not cool. She almost got me good. Oh yeah, thank you for the free points. I love that. That's perfect. That's the issue with this gun. As good as it is, you'll most likely have issues whenever you're trying to get people at longer ranges, because it takes a lot of shots to kill. A lot of shots to kill. Nice. No, good, good. The flinch, thankfully, is not that high right now, so that's really nice. What a perfect spawn. Let's get everybody that I can back here. 10 rounds, so I gotta reload. It's just the fire rate is just so fast. Hello. Our accuracy is very good though, so you can hit fire. Let's get him. One more shot does it on that engineer. He's just standing there. I don't know why. That's crazy. Oh my god, this guy didn't see me. I am so lucky. I am the luckiest guy ever. If you can, you do want to aim for headshots. Somewhere right around here, I think. Hopefully I don't die by their missile, but I might. Gotta back up a little bit, as they said in the chat. Good. Now, hopefully my missile actually gets them, so I'm gonna go on the other side so that the missile doesn't get me, myself. There we go. That was good. Yes, that was actually a good missile for me. For once. Usually I don't get them to be that good. Oh, they see me. I know exactly where they're at, so let's just jump this way. Perfect. Now, where are you? Ooh. That guy's doing it to me. We're at 85 kills already. I really like the K416. I hadn't played with it in a very long time, but I have to now, just by popular demand. You guys all asked for a remake of the K416, so I had to do it. And look at how good it is. There's another... Okay, hold on, I can hear you. Let me get you here. I know that there's... Never mind, my teammates got it. Next up, aside from the K416, we're going to be doing the AKM and the QCQ. So those two, they were also redone. So, definitely got to put them in here. For now, the K416 is just the best idea just for you guys, by popular demand. There's the win. That was actually not bad at all. That was a pretty good game here for my first game of the day with the K416. That just shows you the power of it. I really like this new revision. So in the comments down below, let me know what you thought of this K416 build for Season 5. And if you have a way to improve it even more. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you on the next one. AuxOwl out.